holding it, not glued together. But yeah, the upper half of a action figure. There's the chest. You got the shoulders either side in the red there. And then you got the abdomen.
Very cool.
But, yeah, this is a process. It takes a minute. It takes a minute.
It does.
You know, you got to have patience.
Of?
It was going to be a blank action figure. I was doing the action figure template, but every time I do the template, I go to drop it down to the size of, you know, your average action figure. It's a 6-inch action figure.
Yeah.
And I keep fucking up when I do that, so I have to keep it at the size that it wants. It wants about a 12-inch size, so you know, got to keep it at that until I can actually figure out how to get everything stuck together. But I mean,
is that something that you made on your own, or is that a file?
Here's a file. Wayne, I hate designing things. I know that. The few things that I actually do design are in Funko Pop form. If you look along the top of my head there, which my background, because of the quality of this camera, I'm not sure what I've done. It actually looks pretty cool. Everything looks very green screen in my background.
It does.
Yeah. And I swear. What am I going to swear on? I'm not going to swear on the printer because that's quite new. It's about a month old. I don't know. I can't find anything to swear on. So, I swear it's not green. It's not a green screen. Well, no, because this is actually a good microphone. I really like it. It was just gathering dust for the longest time, whereas the one I had sat there before was just, it was nothing special. But no, to finish my point, as my Pepsi makes a very loud noise, I only really design the pops because the pops, for example, if I move my head a little bit that way, you get to see, obviously, I've got Rosemary from TNA as well, and Little Jimmy LeBeau, a.k.a. the Cole County Crusher. I've got plenty more than the ones up there, and there's a few more behind the fan there. But I design them because, when I do it for someone I know, like Cameron, like Stan Styles, Valentina, Vito LaGrasso, myself, an angry-looking version of myself that looks like Vision from the Avengers. But he was meant to look angry, not like Vision. It just came out very differently. The eyebrows definitely sorted that. I make them because the people I make them of get really amazed. They're like, oh my God, you know, apart from Vito, he's probably had hundreds of action figures. But like, yeah, the people like them. Obviously, I like them once they're done. But sitting down at a computer and actually making these things, I can't be dealing with that, Wayne. Can't be dealing with that.
I'm sure it's very time consuming. I still have yet to try that.
You've still yet to try that? What? You'll get there one day. You'll get there one day. I mean, it took you, 20 years to make that CD of yours?
4 years. Have you gotten it yet? Because some people have gotten it.
When did you send it?
Friday.
Friday. And we're Friday today. So at the earliest, I anticipate Monday. Well, no, it could be tomorrow. The earliest, I anticipate Monday. But I've had bad experiences with American Post where when I've ordered stuff or had friends send me stuff, it's taken close to a month. So anything from a week to a month. So don't worry, I will definitely do an Eric Adams style unboxing once it turns up. Yeah, trust me. I have. As soon as I saw that, I was like, anything Eric can do, I can do also.
That's right, or better, because sometimes he doesn't really do things very well, but he means well. You know,
he means well on a slight delay.
Yes. Yeah, I got him doing. Well, he mentioned it in the video that he did. He's making a video for one of the songs, and I don't want to give it too much away, but some really cool people are going to be on it. So I can't wait to see what he does.
Interesting. I like the sound of that, and I look forward to seeing it.
It's gonna be good.
If I move that direction, you see all the filament I've got there?
Yeah.
I've got plenty more coming. I still
never bought a new roll.
You still never bought a new roll. Have you even touched your printer since the last time we did one of these?
Yeah, just before we did the show, I went over there and touched it.
Yeah, you just went and put your hand on it and said, I have
Yeah,
touched the printer.
Well, actually, I took
Whereas,
my latest print off of the printer.
It's interesting you say that, because I'm going to put this together here. See, I have a full sternum now.
Oh, look at
A full upper body without the arms.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just too big. I don't like the action figure being that big. I'm so used to action figures being small.
That
small
is
little.
big. It is big.
But
it'll be cool. Are you
the Undertaker?
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yeah. And this one's for Brady Hicks, Alexa Bliss.
Oh, wow, cool.
These come from there's a bunch of the WWE 2K games models from the video games where someone has basically ripped the video game characters from the game and put the model files online. So the entire roster of various games have been put on.
Oh, wow.
And I actually had The Fiend. I'm not sure if I put that on Twitter, but I had The Fiend downloaded. And it couldn't handle the dreads. Handle the dreads. And then I went to paint the dreads and it was just a mess. It was a horrible, horrible mess. Kind of like in the summer when it's hot as fuck and I only have just this awful fan here.
Wow. You don't have an AC?
I mean, Atlantic City is a nice place this time of year, I hear, but no, I do not have the air conditioning that a lot of people do.
I had to turn mine on. It was a little hot in here.
All right, this is no place to leave the bragging to a professional bragger. You know, this isn't the time to brag about being on the AMC money or being a kind of a big deal in the entertainment industry.
I have two of them. Actually, I have three. Technically, there's three ACs.
You have three of the AMCs.
ACs.
Oh, ACs. I thought you were saying the AMC. I was going to say, but
at this point, I should get central air. But
three air conditioning things. That's some may say that's greedy, Wayne. Some may say that's greedy. But I mean, I am the one with two printers. One's broken, but I still have two. So some could say I'm greedy.
Yeah, your printers probably cost more than my ACs cost.
This could be an argument made. Yes. Now, the cool thing that I don't know if you've do you stick with just your basic PLA? Like, do you go with other materials at all yet?
I have not tried anything else yet. I do want to try some other stuff because I like the wood. I like the wood color.
Try the silk metallic looking ones. This is a copper, and just look how nice and metallic that looks.
Yeah. Now, does that do anything to the nozzle? Because I know when you change different filaments, it messes up nozzles and all that.
Well, it's interesting you should say that, Wayne, because with this printer, this new printer that I don't believe I had on the last episode, I may well have, I may well haven't. But with this printer,
episode in like I think a month.
Yeah, I think it might have been May, April when we did it. But
something like that.
Do you know what this is, Wayne?
No.
This is cleaner filament.
Wow.
The infamous cleaner filament, which every time you change the filament, you run some of this through, and that will take out all that excess crap that it has in there.
Interesting.
And both of my, I've had to take apart both of my extruders on this one because it's a dual extruder. It has two extruders, which I have tested out and is incredible to do two colors on one thing.
Oh, I can imagine.
Makes a mess if you don't put a wall around it for it to pick up. As one extruder's doing, the other will still kind of leak some out. So it'll have to pick everything up as it's going around. But I've had to take apart both extruders and put them back together because I had a couple of jams. Because I'm not sure if you've taken your extruder apart, but do your not yet. Okay, so you probably can't answer this question, but I was going to say, do the gears in your extruder look like this?
Oh, God, I don't know.
because the gears in mine, and in any, because it's another flash forge, the gears in mine are they're two sort of circular bits with the sort of jagged bit like that in the middle. So you have to be very spot on about where your filament goes. Whereas with that, you've got a lot more room for it to actually grind. And I've already had to change the gear on both extruders because, there was a jam because it was barely, the teeth were cutting in badly. When you talk about putting certain filaments in, I bragged about getting two free rolls of filament with this printer.
Yeah,
I've been so tempted to throw both of those in the bin just because of how much of a mess that made from getting two jams very soon after I first started using this printer as well. Very soon after I first started using it, because it had to have been in the first couple of weeks. Because I had a month. A month. Had to have been in the first couple of weeks that started jamming up. And I very nearly I very nearly picked it up and gorilla pressed that damn thing out this window just behind the camera. Because to have to have done that early on, to have had to change things already, I was like, nah, this isn't worth it. This is definitely not worth it. But no, it is. Now everything's up and running and everything's perfect. Although I do have to keep leveling that goddamn bed. Auto level is behind me with the old Flash Forge, which is sadly still incapacitated unless I get another motherboard, which I'm debating doing. Maybe when that AMC money kicks in, I'll get the Flash Forge Adventurer 4. I don't know. There's so many numbers and brands and all sorts of these things. I can't keep up.
No.
I had the Adventurer 3. So yeah, the Adventurer 4. Which is weird because you'd think a printer would be like, oh yeah, let's start with the 1, let's start with the 2. No, they started with the 3 with that one and then they go into the 4. Never known of the first 2, so who knows?
That's weird.
yeah. But no, there is a massive jump from just the first a single extruder to a dual extruder, and it is incredible just being able to do. If you think about it, have you made anything? Oh no, you did. You showed me your Snoopy thing.
I
made
the Snoopy thing.
That was multiple colors, correct?
No, I painted that. I do everything in white.
Humor me, Wayne. you wanted that to be in multiple colors, correct? So
let me erase that. Yes, it was in multiple colors. Yes,
you wanted that to be in multiple colors. So to be able to do that, you would have had to have done it in pieces. You would have had to have cut it apart and done it in pieces.
Yeah,
but with this,
it's a big headache.
Exactly. Whereas with this, I can literally put this into my slicer and I can say, all right. Let's say I actually printed this as a one-piece thing, didn't do it as pieces. And I said, okay, this copper bit here, it's going to be in the copper color. The rest is going to be red. I'd tell it that, and then it would understand, okay, we're going to draw this in the red, and then we're going to draw this in the copper. And it would come out as a bit of a mess, and you'd have to really do some cleaning on it. But no, it actually looks great and saves you the time of having to go, all right, cut that out, do that separately twice the amount of time. So a dual extruder printer is definitely worth it, and it was only about £50 more than my original Flash Forge. So to lose something like auto leveling, to then gain something like another extruder is actually incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That's pretty cool. Now that you don't have the auto leveling, are you used to leveling the bed on your own? And actually, you know what? Because on mine, I feel like I have to level it every single time I use it. Do you feel the same way with yours?
No, not every time. I may just be being lazy, but it hasn't affected anything by my laziness. It hasn't affected anything really. It may have, and I may just not have noticed, but yeah, it hasn't really done it any harm.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. Yeah, everything looks pretty fine. It's just it's just annoying and takes a couple of minutes to have to do. I find because with my other one, you also had a removable bed, like a thing that you could take off to actually peel things off a lot easier. I find that more annoying than actually having to level it because I don't have the removable thing on this. So yeah, I don't have the chance to. I have to literally sit there and go, why aren't you coming off of the bed? Like I want to do something and put you on display or paint you, but you're refusing to come off.
So now, what if something gets stuck?
File.
I mean, you got
knife somewhere.
Got to be like an awkward,
Screwdriver.
It's not a big machine. So, have you
I shout at it a lot. I shout at it a lot. That helps. Helps me. It doesn't help the print.
Yeah.
It's going to come off eventually. I might. I might have to make numerous threats.
Stuck so bad, and people said, throw it in the freezer or whatever, and it'll help it, come off. But I couldn't imagine being stuck inside of a machine because you can't throw that in the freezer.
Wayne, what's your printer made of?
It's all metal.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to do something
aluminum.
Here.
Probably aluminum.
Yeah, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to have to turn my microphone off for a minute to do this. And I'll have to do it on my phone as well. But I'm going to show you this flash forge. It's not on, but I'm going to have to show you this flash forge.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to show us his flash forge. I can't hear you. Oh, look at this. You want me to add you to here? Oh, where's my mouse? Here we go. There you go. You have to hit the unmute button if you want to talk. There you go.
Okay. Let me just turn the audio off on my phone. Do you hear me just fine?
I hear you just fine.
No echo?
Nothing.
Okay. So you see that is a solid metal frame. Okay. You can now kick me. You can now kick me out on that camera.
Okay. There we go.
There we go. All right. So that frame is a solid metal, which I struggled to lift off of the ground because that is incredibly heavy. So you really expect me to take that and put it in a freezer?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if it really gets stuck? How are you going to get it out of there?
Then I will destroy the print and I'll start again. You need to remember I'm an incredibly... Plus, this stuff may help.
What is that? Nail polish remover?
Yeah, to clean the bed. So I'll just pour it on the print and let it fall apart.
Now, how is that bed now compared to your old bed? Because I know you used to use glue sticks and all that other stuff. So,
well, with this wonderful Primafix, I've only had to use that once, and everything has stuck. Every single thing has stuck. I've also had a great deal of luck with my wonderful glow-in-the-dark filaments, which when I was using my previous flash forge with these ridiculous nozzles that cost me £30 each, that I had to keep getting almost every 6 weeks.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah,
which I don't have to get anymore because this has got regular nozzles.
Oh, good. Thank God. That was going to be one of my questions today about the nozzle situation.
Well, I'm saving them in case I do either start that one up again or get the Adventurer 4 once it's out, which I have no clear release date. So once that's out, we'll see. But yeah, so whenever I used those, everyone in the Flash Forge Adventure 3 group on Facebook would say, "Oh, don't use glow in the dark on your Flash Forge Adventure 3. That will clog the nozzle. I'll break it." I put glow in the dark on that one. No problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. Literally works just fine. So yeah, I got very I was very happy about that. I also got very annoyed because I was like, what the hell? I've had that for 2 years, could barely use my glow in the dark stuff. Had that for 2 minutes. I made all kinds of cool glow in the dark stuff, which reminds me I'm going to have to add different glow in the dark colors to my Amazon list tonight to make sure that turns up at some point tomorrow. But yeah, it's just nice actually having a I'm going to call that a kiddie printer. It's nice having an adult printer that actually works properly and doesn't jam every 10 seconds and doesn't have to have parts replaced and then doesn't die and prevent me from using the X-axis. It's nice to be able to use my printer consistently.
That must be nice because, you know, I have the problem where I can't use it consistently. But it's also my fault too. You know, I just... Look. Well, actually, now that you showed me that there's some new stuff on there with the wrestling figures and stuff, I have to go on there and look. That's on Thingiverse, right?
No.
Something else now. Okay, what have we got?
So with these, I found a different file type. It was called an FBX file, which I think is like a short for film box or something like that. So if you type into Google WWE 2K FBX file or something along those lines, there'll be stuff like the WWE 2K17 game that had their entire roster. So there's people on there like Shinsuke, Cena, you know, the 2017 roster. I can't remember more than 2 people, but had all these different people. Well, obviously had Alexa Bliss on there and various others, but there'll be a collection of different characters, and when you do it, like, there's no real detail to it. So literally, you'll see Alexa, and then you'll literally, and ignore the eyes because I'm terrible with faces. You'll see like, okay, she's got a gear on, but there's no detail to the gear, so you kind of have to improvise there.
Right.
And same with the Undertaker, like where I really had to sort of, well, you can see the face. I really had to improvise. But that's where like other files that people do when it's like on computer, where they've actually got blended in stuff to do the actual video game character. But when you're 3D printing, it's a different story. But yeah, I found the FBX file and realized, okay, I can't run that on my slicer. So I had to find an online converter. Online converted it, and then there's my Bray Wyatt, there's my Alexa, there's various others. So yeah, it really there is quite a bit more. Plus I was doing, you know, for a little bit I did the statues, like where there'd be sort of their arms would be cut off and it would just be the head and the upper body.
Yes. Yeah.
I took some of the characters from there and actually cut the arms off and put stuff like that out on I think it was Thingiverse. It might have been something else. Might have been Colts, but so that they were on there for other people to see or download. So yeah, I mean, the availability is out there, but sometimes you really do have to search for these things. Because I found this week when finding stuff, I found so many websites I didn't know about that had files available. That it's quite shocking that I didn't really look that hard.
Well, what websites? Because I only know Thingiverse. So
there's
top of your head,
there's a lot of art-based websites where they're not just 3D files, where they're actual art. So people may have done drawings, people may have done like digital designs and shit like that, and then they'll actually have 3D files on there as well. So there'd be a lot of the video game characters. There'd be a lot of female fan art where there's erotic stuff of the WWE women. There'd be superhero stuff, obviously, because I was looking through the superhero stuff, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They got all these characters from video games. There's a lot of video game stuff because a lot of people ripping the video game things off. Yeah, because I guess that's something easy to do. I wouldn't know. I've never messed around with things like that. Yeah, but no, a bunch of art websites. There's a website called Sketchfab, which be careful going on there because that slowed my computer down a lot the first couple of times I went on there. Froze me up a bunch of times, but I got some really good files from there. You really just hit Google, you'll find a lot. Yeah. But yeah, some of them like Sketchfab will take a hold on your computer. So proceed with caution.
So, all right. So now, what you said it's a FBX file. How do you get that to work as a STL file?
Online convert. Well, it may not be an STL file. You may need to be a OBJ, which is pretty much the fucking same thing. But literally just type into Google FBX2 and then whatever file type you want, be it OBJ, STL, and then it really is simple. Like it, how with some file conversions it comes out weird. Like I was worried about that. Came out just fine. Literally, it changes it into a small file. You download it. You put it into your slicer. As simple as that. Like no real trouble after that.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm on DeviantArt. There's tons of them on here. So
DeviantArt is one of them. Yeah, DeviantArt is one of them I came across.
That's pretty cool. Well, I would have never even thought to look up stuff like that.
Time and curiosity, Wayne Noon. It does wonders.
I'll have to keep this up here and look through all this now.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun looking through there. You'll have a lot of fun, trust me.
Yeah, because the last thing, and I showed you this, I didn't show it on the show. Well, that's not even going to show up here because I got.
Yeah, your green screen's fucking with it.
Yeah,
it's one of those PLA kits, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's.
I can tell by the head.
Oh yeah. It says it right underneath here. You can't see it again, but it's pretty cool. I like these things. It's
that Mickey Mouse production you got going now.
It is a Mickey Mouse production here. But I'm tired of my ugly wall behind me. And I figured, the joke was pretty cool, so let me put that behind me.
I mean, how do you think I feel? I've got half a wall, and I got a door, maybe some wood there. Best thing I've got is this here.
A mysterious door.
A mysterious door. Who knows where that door will lead? Some say it will go to Narnia. Others say it will go to Earth 2. It may even go elsewhere. Who knows? Yeah. It may even just go outside. But some say that's actually the door over there. Over there. Nowhere. There. I don't know. There's so many doors.
Could be
so little time. So little time.
But we'll figure that out. At one point, we'll open that door and see where it leads.
One day. Might have to wear one of these helmets for safety. Yeah, one of these helmets will keep me safe. None of them will fit on my head.
But since I haven't used my printer in a while, and I was dying to print something because this thing's collecting dust over here, and
that's why you need an enclosure, Wayne. You need an enclosure.
I'll let it get dust on top of the enclosure.
Exactly, and it's easier to. Well, it's not that dusty. Probably safer.
It's the thing that covers it, but I wanted to find something that would be kind of cool, because I used to be a huge Thundercats fan, and then I saw this thing, and this guy's got like 5 other characters on there on Thingiverse, so I gotta download them and blow them up. I like the size of that too. I mean, it's a little big, but it looks cool. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it.
Well, did you do it from the given size, like the size it was, or did you resize it?
I resized that.
Smart. Yeah. That's what I always used to do because I hated doing just the size it was because I look at it, I'm like, nah, like that's not for me. I've got to have it a lot bigger. If anything, just an OCD thing for when I paint it. because
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and been like, I can't paint that tiny little area. Got to
Right.
blow that up so it's easier to paint. Maybe I'm just a little bit blind. Who knows?
But
Who knows?
when I first found those, I printed the normal size that he had it, and it
Yeah.
was about the size of like a half a dollar coin, and it was really small, and it had
Yeah, I
all
was gonna
these
say.
little parts and stuff. And when I pulled the thing off of the printer, and I went to go pull
Supports.
the supports off, it pulled some of the actual the pieces off of the print.
Yeah.
So I figured this time, let me make it bigger and see how it comes out and everything. And it came out awesome. You know, that's probably one of the best prints I've done. I mean, there's a couple things that the supports kind of messed up. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why, because I had the supports only on the bed, and I could have put some on the actual item, the stand of it.
Yeah.
And that would have fixed some of those issues. But otherwise, it looks cool. I can do the pieces that are messed up. I can just glue them on, which I already glued one on, and you can't even tell. But it came out pretty good, and you know, it was fun, but it ate up all my my filament. So
Well, Wayne, if you had the level of filament that I do,
I can't believe the amount of filament that you do have behind you there.
we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
You're
9, 10, 11, 12. I think I've got more than that because I've got the sample rolls in the cupboard, and I have about 3 more rolls coming. So let's say on average, there's 15 of the main rolls, and there's probably about 20 or 30 of the sample rolls. So I've got plenty. I've got
very
plenty.
adventurous with the different colors and everything. Me, I tried the black one, and it really messed up. It just would not print right. I forgot what even I tried to print. It just didn't come out right. So then I just said, you know what, the white is working fine, so I'm just going to stick with the white one, and no issues with the white one. But now,
trust me, once you go with the metallic ones, you'll be seeing so much difference.
The group that I'm on Facebook, I see people use some of the metallic stuff, and it's just awesome. And
speaking of the metallics, I'm going to Amazon right now and looking for some metallics. Do go on, Wayne.
I don't even know what I was getting at, but one day I will get adventurous and start getting into those other ones and make some pretty cool stuff, because I like that thing you just showed me. It looks really cool, like with that shininess to it, you know.
The copper one.
Yeah.
I've got. Well, that's the thing, because I've also got an antique gold, which I'm trying to find something that actually is the antique gold, but I don't think I have anything to hand. And because for some reason it looks a little bit different after it's printed. So, like, if you look at a regular filament, looks the same once it's printed.
Right.
You look at a metallic one, it looks slightly different, because the silver one, silver black to be specific, the name of it is silver black. Once you print that, it looks shinier. But when it's on the roll, it looks black. And then the antique gold, it looks more of a silver before it's printed when it's on the roll, and then it looks more of a gold when it's printed. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Probably something to do with the way when it melts the filament, I would imagine.
Probably, yeah, probably. But I'm looking on Amazon, and there are some pretty decent metallic ones. We've got a metallic gray, we got a dusky pink, dark metallic, which looks weird. We got a rainbow shiny silky metallic one. It's got all kinds of names there. Another metallic gold, a metallic blue. Like, there's just some of these look incredible, and it just makes me pity you for just going with a simple white.
I know. I gotta get out and adventure more with my filament colors. I will.
You need to get the dust off of that printer first, Wayne.
It's not that dusty. It's not that bad. Something really cool, and because you mentioned it the other day, I'm trying to find the group.
I mentioned a lot of things. I'm kind of a big deal.
I know you did, but I'm talking about I'm talking about with the Bray Wyatt.
That's got to be the next That's got to be the next T-shirt.
It should be. You should get on that right now.
I can't 3D print t-shirts, so I don't have the time for that.
The Bray Wyatt thing, when you said you had problems with the hair, with the braids.
Yeah. Here's the thing. With that, everything I've done so far, with the exception of one thing, I have run on the FlashForge slicer. I have run on the standard setting. So when you're printing things in the slicer on FlashForge slicer, Flash print, whatever it's called, it'll have a slow setting, a standard setting, a quick setting, a standard setting, a fast setting, and a rapid setting. I don't remember the names, but something along those lines. And basically, it will have a slow one that will literally, not a slow one, a quick one, which will be done like that. Quality will be piss poor. You know, that would literally be probably falling apart. There'd be holes in it.
Yeah.
You got a standard one, which I've done everything on standard so far. And everything has come out great, unless something's blocked, in which case I wanted to physically assault the printer. The faster setting and the absolutely slow, perfect setting, I've not done anything on the last one, but the fast setting I did so that it didn't finish until I got home from work. That comes out brilliantly. And I literally did that just to have it running until I finish work. But the quickest setting, I used to put everything on that longest setting. The quality is unreal. Like literally a lot of the time with these things, time is everything.
Right. Yeah.
But so if I didn't put the Bray Wyatt on the standard setting, I think if I put it on a longer setting, the hair would have been okay. But because of support, because of it going too quickly, it couldn't handle the braids. But yeah, I think with time that would have actually maybe been able to handle it.
Possibly would have worked. But since you're talking about that, somebody posted a picture of a lion that they made.
Interesting.
Have you ever seen a lion printed?
I mean, I've seen a lion. I've seen things printed.
Lion.
I haven't seen those two things combined.
Yeah. No. Hopefully this comes over the thing. If not, I'm gonna have to turn off my green screen. But you can see
that. Yes,
right?
I see that. I see that.
Isn't that pretty cool?
I believe you actually showed me that in the past.
I have not. I just seen this very recently.
Okay. Well, someone showed me that in the past.
That's what he looks like there, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually thinking that looks like a poodle.
Kind of, but
yeah.
You take like a hair dryer or like a heating iron, not a heating iron, a heat gun, and you melt the hair, and then you can get that.
I got one of these.
That might not work. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But
that's how I got the you see the green bits in here? That's how I got those to hold the shoulders in place.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But yeah, do go on. But now you're falling apart from the green screen.
Apart. I am. What the hell's going on here? Where'd it go? Oh, it shut off. So there. That's what it looks like after you put the heat.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Doesn't that look excuse my language. Doesn't that look really cool? I mean,
that looks incredible.
I mean, I would have never even thought to do that. And then there's a picture. There's supports all around it here. Oh, actually, there's a video here.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
All the way around it. And it holds up that hair.
Yeah, it's got the wall. Yeah, the wall.
Yeah.
Maybe I should... Oh, no, that would take too much effort. I was going to say, maybe I should do that with Bray Wyatt, but that would include having...
That's why I thought of this, because I'm thinking maybe that could fix the Bray Wyatt issue. Oh, what? Whoa. That came off that easily? No way.
But yeah, no, if I did that with Bray Wyatt, that would involve me actually picking up each individual braid and like stretching it out, and that would be a bitch.
Look how easy that came off. Look at this. Whoops. Watch how easy this comes off. Just lifts right off.
Nah, that has to be like that video has to be doctored. There's no way that came off.
I wouldn't think so either, but you never know. That's all he uses.
That's not a real hair dryer. That's not a real hair dryer. That's not a real 3D printed lion. So that's
it's all fake.
Yeah. deep fake and all that.
But God, I saw that. Now that amazed me because it's just really cool. I would never thought of printing something with hair like that.
Well, I mean, coming from two bald guys, we just can't imagine something with that much hair being.
I do.
Well, I was going to wear a hat, and then I was just too lazy, and it's too hot. So, yeah.
So what's the next on your printer? What are you going to do next besides that figure? Actually, what head are you going to put on that figure?
I'm just going to put the generic head that it wants, and then once I've done that, I will figure out. Well, actually, I was considering, because I got 2 weeks off of work, so I've got plenty of printing time. I was considering trying out something like full-sized furniture. Like I want to do a rocking chair or something. So I'd have to do that in about 1 million pieces, but considering it, because I've always wanted a rocking chair, and I've got a balcony out there. So considering it, but
that would be very expensive as well, I would imagine.
What to do the piece of not if I hollow everything out and I risk I don't weigh that much, but I risk my weight breaking it.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Well, if it's not gonna work, it will just waste a bunch of filament. But yeah. Hey, we'll just have to wait and see. But to answer your question, Wayne Noon, there's plenty of Funko Pops up there, to which I just had a wave of creativity the other day, and I said to myself, something great one, it's time. And I'm gonna make a bunch more Funko Pops of various different people. One of which will be myself, because I believe COVID Harry is going to someone this week, and then Angry Harry is going to someone else, because I'm sending out various things. So the various versions of myself from the multiverse of the Funko Pops will be going out to good homes. So I need to fill the void of myself sitting on the shelf, but also, I like to keep this background changed up. I like to keep it decorated. So there's going to be a fair few others. I am open to suggestions. I did say to the man himself, Bin Hameen, that I would do a Bin Hameen pop at some point. There's various others I said I would do theirs. I absolutely hate sitting at the computer doing this, but it's worth it once you see the greatness that is the Funko Pops.
Yeah, they come out really good.
Yeah,
I don't have the patience to make them, but maybe one day you'll make me one.
Well, if you don't have the patience, how the hell do you think I feel? I mean, I end up like that guy if I end up doing them.
Yeah.
And if my eyes ever do go that yellow, I do just hope that you or anyone else watching calls an ambulance, because that is not healthy. Maybe the red face is understandable, but the yellow eyes, I'm going to need a doctor. Maybe even an exorcist.
Do you notice a difference in the prints on your new Flash Forge?
Very much so. Very much so. For one simple reason, Wayne. For one simple reason. Because it's not these. Because it's not these. There was a big problem with these where when they would get blocked, they would make a bumping noise. Not sure if you heard it in the past shows where you'd I'd literally be sat here and you just hear bump, 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 bump. With this, when it blocks, you don't hear anything. You just look and you see it's blocked. But a lot less blockage. Virtually no blockage, other than at first when I had to change the gears over. But no blockage. So a lot more absolutely brilliant prints. So a much difference in the prints, and all it took was 2 years and another £50 on top of the original price.
Real cool.
If only I knew.
When did they come out with the cleaning filament thing? Because I never heard of that.
I think it's been a thing all along, because I saw it on Amazon. Yeah, they don't do like a whole big roll of it. They usually only do like a sample thing because you're not meant to like run that much of it through. You literally do like that much at a time. That much may even be too much, but yeah, you only run like a little bit through. But yeah, it's been a thing for a while. You can get them for like $10 on Amazon.
Very cool. Because
Yeah.
I mean, people talk about cleaning out the nozzle with the little stick or whatever, or the little needle that they give you, and nobody's ever mentioned that. So that's something new I never even heard of.
That's because a lot of people think it's a gimmick. It's not just a gimmick. It actually, because if you think about it, you can't get everywhere with that needle.
Right.
With hold on, I'm working with one hand here. With this thing, you can only push stuff through. And if you think about it, it's still going to be a little bit of residue on the inside. With that needle, you're meant to go up. Like that's meant to do up. So if you think about it with that, it's going to actually get what's inside and it's going to actually extrude it out. So helps it a little bit more.
Very cool.
Helps it a little bit more.
Definitely. So it would prolong the life of the nozzle then, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, but also not getting bad quality filament does that as well, Wayne.
Yeah, I know. Well, I stick with what is it called? Sunlu? Yeah, Sunlu.
So far, that's a good brand. That's a good brand, but hey, maybe it was just a bad batch. Maybe it just didn't like you. Maybe it's not.
I haven't really had any issues. The only issue I had was the black one, and it must have had moisture or something in it because it was breaking. So
this is true.
Yeah.
But I had that with those two. I think I got them still there. Yeah, there's a white one and a blue one that came, and they weren't even flash forge. They weren't even flash forge filament. So I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, why are you putting another brand's filament in with my printer? That doesn't make sense. With my other flash forge, they gave me flash forge filament. So why am I getting another brand's filament? Can't speak English. Concussions. But yeah, I don't know what happens in these distribution centers clearly stays in these distribution centers.
Yeah, pretty much.
But still, two free rolls of filament. Still something to brag about.
So, what is your favorite filament?
The metallic ones. Yeah. I can't put a finger on a brand because there's hundreds of brands, and I barely know people's names, let alone names of brands.
Well, you don't buy a certain brand all the time. You just buy whatever.
My last, the Flash Forge A3, they said on that you should only use Flash Forge filaments.
Of course.
Do you know how long I only used Flash Forge filaments for, Wayne?
Until the roll was empty?
Until the first roll that they gave me for free was empty. Once that was done, I used whatever the hell I wanted.
Yeah, I did the same thing with mine.
Rules are made to be broken. It's what happens.
And see,
you tell me I can't do something. You tell me I can't do something. I'm going to do it.
And you've had no problems.
Yeah, other than the 2 years on and the printer broke, but that wasn't a filament thing. That was just touchy subject, Wayne. Touchy subject.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get that back up and running. But hey, you got the new one now, and everything's going great. So that's all that matters.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing I don't like about this new one, Wayne.
It's very quiet, by the way, if you have it running.
No, I don't have it running, but it is very quiet.
I do hear something, but I guess that's the fan.
Yeah, that's the fan.
Yeah.
I can hear, because that's the thing. In these headphones, I can hear what's going on as well, like as what's I can hear what's coming through the microphone. And I could hear on one of my last shows, I could hear the printer, and I asked someone, I said, "Can you hear that?" He says yes. So I pull up my YouTube feed to see if he's lying, and he's lying. Like, you can't hear it at all. So yeah, that's just someone else I'm gonna have to fight one day. But the enclosure. So I got the enclosure again, another enclosed printer, but the last enclosure, you did not feel the heat, you did not get the noise, anything like that. You know, it was completely shut in. Do you know that this the noise isn't stopped by that fucking enclosure?
Really?
The noise isn't not the noise. The noise isn't stopped. The heat isn't stopped. So being so close to it, I feel the heat. So printing in the summer. Yeah,
so,
printing in the summer.
You got to get an AC in there.
Printing in the summer.
Portable.
Big mistake. Printing at nighttime. Well, I've gotten used to it now, but when I think the first time I did it at nighttime, I was like, oh my God, why am I doing this at this time? And then I was like, I've slept through well, so I'll get used to it.
Yeah. It's funny. My mother, she lives in our basement. I have her chained up down there. But no, I don't have her chained up. She lives in an apartment. There's an apartment.
I was trying to know so that because I nearly burst out laughing as soon as she said that. I was like, there's going to be a punchline here.
But yeah, I'll leave the thing running at night. I don't hear it in my bedroom because my bedroom's on the opposite side of the room the printer's in. Yeah. I hear nothing.
On the other side of Wayne Manor.
Yeah, exactly. She tells me though, if I leave it on at night, she hears it all night long. I mean, how do you hear that? Plus, between all the insulation and the sheetrock.
I have a good suggestion for you, Wayne.
What?
Earplugs.
You know what? I'll tell her that next time. Earplugs. Good idea.
Yeah,
I'll tell her you told her that.
Oh yeah, put the heat on me, why don't you? Put the heat on me. You know, stops you getting in trouble.
So now I have to unchain her, and then I have to tell her to put earplugs on, then chain her back up. I joke. She's free to roam wherever she wants as far as the chain.
She's free to roam the basement. Yeah. She's got the diameter of the chain to walk around wherever she's pinned up.
At least 2 feet, and I leave the bucket for her, bathroom bucket just far enough, so she has to get like a stick or something and bring it over. I'm glad she doesn't watch this show.
I'm glad too. Just when I think I'm the bad guy on these things, that I give people a reason to switch off, and then you say things like that.
I do. I'm a terrible person. I should let my wife go down there too.
Oh, what, to chain her up as well?
Yeah. Then I won't have to go to Target anymore or any stores.
See, but before then I would have said, but how can you not want to go to Target? They have salted caramel Oreos there. And then I found out the other day they don't make salted caramel Oreos anymore. So then I decided, all right, either you threaten to fight Oreo until they bring them back, or you move on. Find something else. I'm sure Chips Ahoy with the brownie in the middle is still a thing. If it's not, I'm gonna go on a massive rampage with this screwdriver, a teeny tiny screwdriver. I'm sure it'll do a lot of damage. But that was kind of my whole incentive for just life, was the salted caramel Oreos. The thought that one day, I'd recover from the whole brain thing. I would, COVID would be long gone. We'd be living in a post-crisis world where I could go on a plane again and not have to wait 14 days before I could. And then I could go to a Walmart or a Target, somewhere like that, get 20 boxes of salted caramel Oreos, leave half of my clothes behind, put them in my carry-on luggage because I don't want to have to check luggage, and then eat them in about 2 days.
I never even
maybe share one of them with other people. Only
I don't
one.
like caramel. I'm not
19 for me.
Caramel fan.
Wayne, you're fired. No, do carry on. You don't like caramel. Although it's not for everyone.
No, it's not. Before we did the show, though, I have some cashews that have caramel on them. They're okay. I actually wanted to take chocolate and put it over that and want to see what that tastes like.
Look at this. Wayne's wonderful food reviews there. Right. They're okay.
I'm a big Oreo fan, just not a caramel fan.
We're going to throw hands in a minute.
That's how it has to be.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. But yeah, before we do this again, Wayne, you're definitely going to have to, you're going to have to stop with this whole look at me. I've got a blank background with a green screen that's clearly not working, a virtual green screen, a fake green screen, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have to get up out of that chair. Stop doing your 20 podcasts. Oh, come on, you didn't have to turn it off. You can put it back on, Wayne.
It's all right.
No. It's the bright colors. It keeps me.
I didn't want to go down. If I go down in my regular spot, then I have to pass the dungeon.
You have to pass the dungeon, and then you hear the noises. I get it.
Food, water, please. And I got to do a podcast with Harry. Please let me do my podcast.
There's people who demand my presence. So I'm not going there. But
Harry comes first. I always say that.
Exactly, you're not the only one, but you definitely have to go back to that printer and actually print something before the next time, because
I definitely will. My next paycheck.
You said that last time
a month ago. Yes, no, my next paycheck, I'm going to get some filament. I'll let you tell me what color filament I should get.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a shiny metallic silver, because the silver black, it is shiny. It just doesn't look shiny enough for my liking. You get a shiny silver, maybe not necessarily a shiny gold, because the antique gold is nicer than the shiny gold. Get shiny silver, silk metallic filament. Everything is going to look amazing, because then it will have this look to it. But it'll be a shiny silver.
Yeah. Shiny silver. That's what it's called?
Shiny silver. So type in metallic silver PLA filament into Amazon.
Metallic silver PLA. Boom. Here we go. Silk silver PLA 3D printer filament.
Oh, I just found one. It's an ultra silk. I don't know what the difference between ultra silk and anything else.
What's that mean?
Yeah, but no, it's a nice. There, look.
Yep, there's plenty there. So there you go. Yeah, I saw that one. That's like
you saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a couple pictures that look exactly like that one. But yeah, yep. The first one that came up is $21.99.
See, one of these days, probably when the AMC kicks in, I'm going to just get the really expensive ones. And
I wonder if there's a difference. You think there's a difference?
Oh yeah. With anything, you get what you pay for. Because I've got some of the really cheap filament, and it was nasty and it was poorly wound. Oh, do you ever? No, because you've only got a couple of rolls of filament before. But I was going to say, have you ever got one of the poorly wound filaments? Because those are so annoying when you're running something and you're sleeping, and then you come back, wake up, and you basically see that your print has stopped because it's stuck. It's basically knotted, and it's pulled it out of the printer, and you may or may not throw that filament on the ground and start doing a Ric Flair and dropping elbows and knees on it.
No,
that's legit.
That did happen. That did happen to me on because the company gave me a little roll of filament, and it wasn't on a spindle or anything, or a spool or whatever you call it. And I did try
one of the tiny sample ones.
And I left it on overnight, and I came back in here, and so it wasn't moving anymore. And so I said, I'm not using that anymore. Oh, here's a cool one.
I still have so many of them. So many of them.
The red and gold gradient filament.
Oh yeah, trust me. When I said the metallic ones are brilliant, like you start going through, you'll find some brilliant ones.
Yeah, I can look through this shit all day.
Told you so.
I will definitely get that. I'm going to put that on the list. Oh, where to go? Where the hell did it go? I was just looking at it. Oh, it disappeared. I'll get it. Don't worry. But I will definitely get that one.
Well, there you go.
In honor of you, I will definitely get that. That'll be my next filament.
Well, you got to make sure when it turns up, you take it out of the box, you stand and salute it so that it knows it's in honor of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of, well, I would say the law, but the law is rules and rules are made to be broken.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm sure next time we'll have plenty more for show, because hopefully by then, obviously you would have actually gotten out of your chair and done something print wise. Hopefully by then I would have finished this guy and shrunk it down and actually put a real face on, not the example face that it has. And hopefully I'll be on the path to actually creating custom action figures by then, to which I can then coach you on doing the same.
I hope so. That was one of the things I always wanted to do. Since
it's on the to-do list. But when that happens, I genuinely, because as much as I like painting these things, I feel like with something like an action figure, it has to have like where it is. Okay, you know, this is clothes, so that's the color of say this t-shirt, and so have the proper colors of everything. So that's going to cost a lot to have to get all of these different colors of filament.
Well, what you could do is start sewing your own clothes for your figures.
Oh, come on now. Plain, that's
Why not?
Because I am a 3D printer, sir. I am not a sewer.
Well, you could go to like the doll section in like Walmart or even Target and get some doll clothes.
What country do I live in, Wayne?
The United Kingdom.
Okay. You know those are American stores, right?
No, I understand that, but you got to have equivalent to those stores there, don't you?
Something like that. They're very different over here, but no. So I could do that, but also, I'm not going to. I don't sew. I once tried to sew when I had a hole in my trousers, and that hole reemerged 3 hours later. I do not sew. It's not something I do. If someone was to throw this beautiful cup here, product placement, at my head, and I was to get a massive gash here, I wouldn't be able to sew my own head up.
Well,
I'm not a doctor, nor am I a sewer. I'd have to have a medical professional do it for me because I don't sew.
Yeah, could put crazy glue on it.
I am not Sabu. Even though I have, this very, very basic super glue, which I've been using. Which coincidentally, this cheap glue is actually better than regular brand super glue.
Really?
It's weird. When I use regular brand super glue, if I glue something together, for example, when I actually glue this top bit down, if I did regular brand super glue, it will take a while for that to hold.
Yeah.
Using that stuck in literally seconds.
Really?
Regular brand super glue, I get 3 of them, which are tiny, teeny, tiny little things, smaller than that. 3 of them for, I think, £3. I got 7 of them for £1.
Wow.
Yep.
Makes you think, what's in that glue?
Probably chemicals, which are like destroying my brain just by being around them.
It's possible. Hey, whatever works though, you know, that's cool. Yeah, because I did buy some glue to glue the thing the Snoopy thing that we talked about earlier, and that didn't work at all. I'd literally sit there for like 10 minutes trying to hold the pieces together and didn't even stick. Like, this stuff is garbage.
So that was brand super glue.
It wasn't super. It was crazy something, I think.
Okay, you want to go and take yourself to a Dollar General, a dollar store, one of those cheap, nasty stores where they have something like that. You go to the person working there and you say, take me to your cheapest, nastiest super glue that will probably give me brain damage the minute I take the lid off. And then when they take you to it, you say, how much is that? They tell you a price and you say, I'm paying half of that. And when they accept that, you realize, okay, this glue is going to kill me, but it's also going to hold what I need it to hold.
Yeah.
very, very, very good, very, very quickly.
Hey, as long as it does its job, you know, you only needed to do one thing.
Well, as long as it doesn't stick my fingers together, because I like being able to use my hands and not punch the microphone.
Don't stick your finger. My friend, he does upholstery, and he works with glue sometimes, and he glued his hand to somebody's car one day.
Do you think maybe he was trying to tell the owner of the car something?
No.
I mean, I'd stick my hand to a car and say, "Hey, it's mine now. My hand stuck to it. It's mine now. This is part of my hand. It's not your car. It's my glove."
That's right. Anything else, Harry?
No, that is about it. Just running down my checklist in my brain, which is completely empty because I didn't prepare anything, because I never do.
I didn't either. I usually don't either. And I thought I would have had more to talk about, but I don't.
No, I mean, in the hour we've been going, I think I've covered just about everything. You know, as I said, the Flash Forge Adventurer 3 is behind me, literally just below my shoulder, which is just below this microphone. That is condemned until I get a replacement motherboard, which I may do, I may not. It may just sit gathering dust like Wayne's printer. If it
How much
does,
is
then
that motherboard?
I think it's around £100.
Oh, all right.
But it's very rare that you can actually find it. I don't know how old the Adventurer is. Obviously, because the number 4 is coming out very soon, I think it might be a little bit older. Because my Creator Pro, the newer printer, is the older model, because there's a Creator Pro 2 now. But I was being cheap and it already looked better than the one I had. So I was like, I'll get the first one, and if I need to upgrade, I'll upgrade. But no, so that's condemned. You know, everyone's obviously seen that. Everyone's seen the new one. If you go to Facebook, I've obviously got the Facebook 3D printing page, which I've kind of neglected, but it's still there. That is at Facebook.
I never see you print post anything on there.
Do I not? Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Well done for stooging me out, Wayne. Well done. Well done. But you know, I'll try and post.
Am I not even on there?
I don't know, but I'll try and you might be following the Great Harry Barnett TGHB Entertainment page, which because I believe I have 2 pages, but yeah, facebook.com/TGHB3D. That page can be found at, and same address for Instagram and Twitter, TGHB3D. That is my 3D page everywhere that you can find me on
I am
social media. Yeah. That's all from me, unless you actually care to follow the entertainer, the man himself, the symbol of greatness, the Great Harry Barnett, which you can go to Twitter by following the Great HB, Facebook, TGHB Entertainment, and various other platforms.
April 23rd was your last post, so yeah, you're slacking a little bit.
Oh damn, it's June.
Yeah.
Well, I do have the sense of time of a dog, so you know, it could have been 5 minutes, could have been 5 years. That's feels like yesterday, feels like 10 years ago. I don't know. I get lazy sometimes.
That was probably when we did the last show, April.
It probably was. I mean, I could literally just go and copy and paste everything I've done elsewhere and just be like, hey, look, this stuff's new.
There you go. You should.
Yeah.
No,
this is why I can't understand when people run 600 pages and yet I can barely run 2.
Believe me, it's very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very time consuming and confusing. But so I will definitely get the filament, I promise. And I will have something printed on the next show. Something else.
Maybe I'll send you the STL of my pop Wayne. Maybe you can print the Great Harry Barnett poem on that shelf above your head.
I could do that. I'll print. Do it. You know what? Do that. Do it.
Okay. I'll send that very file to you at some point today.
All right, and I will download it and I will print that just for you.
Literally looks like a child at Christmas, the look in your eyes.
I'm not that excited about it.
Well, I'm trying to find something around here that I can just threaten you with, Wayne, and all I can see is like a shoe and an empty box of dog biscuits. So, you know, I'm that's about all I can actually give you. That's really all I have for you, Wayne.
Harry,
I think this is the kind of time where you tell people where they can find you, and I just sit here quietly contemplating what I could have threatened you with.
maybe that little screwdriver you have there.
Yeah, but I've got something a little more threatening here now.
Oh, look at that! Oh, that was the one. That light reminded me of something. Have you ever tried to when you level your bed? Do you level it with the paper?
Yes.
Did you ever try leveling it with a light?
Did I ever try leveling it with a light?
Yeah, a light.
Explain.
You put a light near the bed, and I guess exactly, you flash that little light at it, and once it gets to a certain point, you can see the light go through it just enough, just like with the paper. I guess you gotta aim it towards a wall. Somebody put that on Facebook the other day, and I'm like, I never thought about that.
It's the small ideas like that that get me through the day.
Yeah. Try it out. You won't have to waste paper. Oh my God. We better get out of here before he drills something. RatSoundReview.com, ProjectResurrect.GoDaddySites.com. I think that's it. Oh, actually, no, ProjectResurrect.Bandcamp.com. Go buy my album, please. I have 300 CDs sitting in my living room. My wife wants gone.
Buy them or he'll chain up his wife.
Yeah, I'll have to.
But, buy them or he'll hire me to come to his house with this.
Yeah, we don't want
terrifying. That looked terrifying.
It does look very terrifying, especially with the beard.
The beard's staying, but the hair may go.
Yeah, it might have to. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time, whatever that is.
Good day.
Good day, sir.